So in this video, we will take two data files, Excel files, and combine them in Tableau. So for example, let's say we have downloaded some data from the World Bank about each country's foreign direct investment from 1960 all the way to 1920. We also have the tax revenue, the same set of countries, tax revenue in the same time period. And the first thing we want to do is in Tableau, connect to the Excel file and import it. So click on connect to the Excel file, import. Let's first get the tax revenue and drag the data tab in the Excel file into Tableau. Check the box, use data interpreter to organize it. He automatically organizes the headings of each of the columns. So we need to pivot all the years from the wide format to the long format. Okay, so to do that in Tableau, you have to be able to scroll to the right and get all the years. So let's first take the years and pivot it. Click on the highlight all the years columns and click on the arrow that drops down and select pivot. And then next, we want to be able to change the names of the new columns. This one should be called year. This one should be called. So just to keep things a little more organized, let's rename this one country. Let's rename this one country code. And let's just rename this one tax revenue. And we don't need the indicator code, so let's hide this one. You can hide. We want to take this data and now show a data table. So let's get the country name, the country code, just dragging these variables. The year should be a day format, so let's change the type of data to date. And then the year in here, we want to move the year from a column to a row. Let's move it straight down in the long format. And where it says value, I forgot to name it, but the value should be for tax revenue. Tax. Okay. And so let's go back to sheet one, drag tax revenue, the value into here. And these are all the values for the countries. Next, we actually have to go back to Excel and save this into Excel. So go to worksheet, copy the data. So copy it. And then in Excel, create a new file. Create a brand new Excel file and paste this into Excel. Let's save this file as tax revenue. And we have to do the same again for the next Excel sheet. So let's do that. Open the new Tableau file, and we're going to repeat all the steps. Connect to the Excel file, the foreign direct investment, use the data interpreter, drag the data into the canvas, and we have to pivot the data. So let's pivot all the years. use the drop down, pivot, make sure the year is a data type. And let's rename these. This is the FDI. And we can hide this one. Right. And this is the indicator name. We'll just call it FDI. FDI indicator. Okay, that looks good. If you want, you can make this geographic, which is the data type. That's already set. Let's go to C1 and export the data, meaning we want to make a copy. Let's drag the values in first. Country name, country code, the year. Okay, so let's make sure we have year. Go back, rename this to year. And year goes next. And year should be in the rows and the actual data, DI. And now we have all the data sets in this whole data set in long format. Go to copy, data, Excel, open the new one, paste, and save this as the FDI file. FDI, save. Yeah, again, we have to open a third Tableau file, a brand new one. And what we should do is combine these data sets. So let's connect to the first new Excel file, the tax revenue, open. And let's also connect to the second Excel file, the FDI indicator. Notice there's two here. That's number one, that's number two. And in number two, we have to drag the sheet one into the canvas. Now show number two. The problem is they're not linked together, so you have to make sure this link works using this panel in the lower left. We have to match the country code with the country code. We also have to remember to match the years. So let's add more fields, a second field called year, year of year. I realize year is still not yet converted to a year type. So let's make sure we convert year into the date format. Otherwise you can't match it. Okay, so going back to the matching view, clicking on the link, add more fields, go to year. And then we also have to make sure the second file is changed to the year data type, year. Okay, let's add more fields, year to year, year to year. We're ready for sheet number one. Let's just test it. Go to country. These are all the countries. Assume we just want to test one of the countries. Oh, let's get all the data in first. Let's get the years. And again, we want to drag year to row, so it's all in the long format. We want to drag the tax revenue, and we want to drag the FDI revenue. So this is a combined data set with all the values. Let's go next to try graphing one of the countries. So let's pretend we want to graph Argentina and Canada. So Canada, only these two countries. Let's get the country name in here. Let's get the years into the next row. And let's get the tax revenue as well as the FDI. Let's create a line graph. So for tax revenue, these are the two countries, Canada and Argentina. And for foreign direct investment, these are the two graphs. And so you can do the same for any country in any way you want to arrange and graph these files. So I hope this helps you understand how to combine data sets from Excel into Tableau, exporting back to Excel, and then finally combining these two data sets through the relationship link here. Okay, good luck with your Tableau visualizations.